Further details. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Make sure I'm recording. Yep. Thinking back now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I woke, Mystic Elise was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. What's this voice again? It's been 4 days. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Francesca Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Alright, further details, here we go. Alright. At that time, was the victim bleeding? Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm sure you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed? That's not the right voice. Think carefully. This is very important. It's ours we're talking about here. I'm thinking of it for all I'm worth. No, when I looked back over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body. It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports her theory. The victim was stabbed in her room and then dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it splattered onto eyes, too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further. Press further. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed. But I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pouring. It was more like it came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? Oh my god! More important than you can imagine. Of course, it was hella important. Alright. Press on this. Smoothly, you say. You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? Slide out. I lost this voice, holy crap. I gotta keep finding it. Water. That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mr. Kami. Mystic Elise was on the ground, and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was barely up to the hilt. What accent am I using? When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand was just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It split out from the gaping wound. Ah! It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. Finding the voice. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. The sword came out, yet the sword's in her, so I don't understand. Was the bleeding caused by the killer removing the sword? No mistaking it, I remember it all, queer as day. Don't you think that's a bit odd? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? Why would the killer pull out the sword? What? If all she wanted to do was place the weapon in the hand of the gold statue, then there was no reason to remove it from the body. All that would have accomplished is causing the victim to bleed unnecessarily. Your thoughts, Miss Von Karma? That's... Indeed, it is strange now that you mention it. I'm going to need to find an answer to this mystery too. Anyway, the witness saw something terrible. What did you do after that witness? That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? Now, on to what the killer did next. You saw none of it, correct? Well, I was unconscious. How long were you out for? I don't know. 10, maybe 20 minutes? A young man with a very prickly-looking head woke me up. By stepping on me, actually. I'm not sure I like that method of resuscitation. Well, I wasn't asking for math or anything of the sort. But I would have welcomed a more gentle awakening right about then, let me tell you. I shall have words with the offender personally. What did you say upon awakening? And when I awoke, Mr. Khan was stabbing Mr. Goist in the back. By Mystic Army, you are referring to the golden statue, correct? Just stabbing someone with the Shishito, a sacred treasure, is terrible enough. But to then make Mr. Kami hold the blade. Truly a heinous, despicable crime. That's wrong, voice. Truly a heinous, despicable crime. No, I didn't change it at all. It is easy to despise something. Anyone can do it. However, there is something that cannot be done so easily. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem? Exactly why would the killer set up this gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that? No, I don't think I can. Wrong voice, wrong voice. Eh? No, I don't think I can. There's always a logical reason behind why someone acts. That's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself. There isn't always. That phrase might come in handy someday. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why was it necessary to use the Shishito from the army statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon finally placed back in the hand of the statue? And if I can expose the flaws in this testimony, perhaps then I will begin to find the truth. Where she is hella stabbed. Smoothly drawn out. If it was smoothly drawn out, then why is it still in her? Let's try this. Nope, blew it. Yeah, there's a lot of blood there. Let's present it anyway. Nope. Okay, let's see here. That's what I think. You can't blame. No, I can't blame. When I awoke, was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. Present that, I guess. Nope. Alright, go, go, go. Well, that's it? Just 4 lines? No, there's more than that. Oh no, for some reason it went that far, okay. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, okay. Sword was already in place. I'd actually see her stab Mystic Elise. Nope. Okay, well then, Oh yeah, yeah, use the sword itself. Yeah, let's try that. There it is! Alright, here we go. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here. Well, what do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm Mariah. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. There's no way that weapon comes out smoothly. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. There'd be more blood on the blade. What do you mean? Please explain Explain yourself. To start with, you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, it doesn't appear strong enough for that. Objection! Doesn't appear? What meaningless jibble? I too may appear to be weak and frail. She does not. But I can crush men under my heel, and make them weep, should I so choose. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's also how far the blood is. We also have the problem with the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. My voice is different. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop from bleeding. True. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. Not with that freaking weapon, no, because the blades are back and forth. I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. You still got more? This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust in on all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Yeah. Yup. If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be more blood along the entire length of the sword. No. Order. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does all this mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is that the weapon used to kill the victim was not the shishito. Yup! Was not the shishito. Yup! Yup! What? What? A foolish idea. A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. I'm not Phoenix. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this weapon was the murder weapon? This sword is the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mr. Gami was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shishito was the murder weapon.
Oh, rebel. Order! Where? So maybe the Shishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. The response, Mr. Edgeworth?
If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises.
The obvious question?
Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution could enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karama. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw into the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking it's possible that just maybe that what actually happened was... it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here?
Oh my god, a boot!
The murder weapon, I mean, maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what? She whips everyone?
Well then, I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible! What else? What else could this old woman have seen? Yeah, seriously, what? Withholding evidence, sort of. Sort of. Location of the weapon.
I saw the weapon at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to the Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon to Eagle River, and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best shape. Well, with my age and my back, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph.
Okay.
A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Really? They withheld this? Son of a bitch.
That solves your pesky little problem, yes? Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
Oh, man. You ever try to pop your thumb? It's not easy sometimes. It's not popping fudge. Okay, keep going. Alright, forget it. Keep trying to pull it. You are sure about the time?
Yes, I was worried about it after all. Why was that? I'm losing between words. Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at the time of year. Especially at this time of year. Black or White was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath after all night now, could I? So to Revan, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple.
Your estimation of the time seems reliable, at least.
Please continue, sister.
I'm just gonna pull out of the sock on this point. Okay. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Right. The one who trampled me.
It seems she's the type to hold a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright, he didn't even have his cell phone on him.
He had forgotten it at home, apparently.
Of course he did. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand too. Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell.
Alright. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited.
That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls.
Now you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate.
So,
she had gone already. She had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time.
I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do?
Miss Further.
I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question. Was it still warm at that time?
Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth?
I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was used recently.
Ah, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did.
Then answer the question, please, witness.
I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. No? Yes, for some reason only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
There wasn't any snow on it. Curses.
That means it was used. It seems highly unlikely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? It seems highly likely. Damn it. It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh?
How long does it take to get to Dusky Beach by snowmobile? In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch. That's just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for?
Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile.
I have to concede that is more than enough time.
Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
While it would have been possible, time-wise, one element remains out of place here.
Oh, and what would this mystery element be?
The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods?
Too many unanswered questions. Response, Miss Von Karma? Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What?
She's as over the top as always.
Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth.
Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there's surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this plot account.
Try this. No.
There it is. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, why is there only one set of tracks?
Oh! Because Jesus drove? What do you mean?
Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
You're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it? I see. Well, she was at the river. The snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her testimony? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks?
Check the weather report. Snow from 7 to 10:50. Ah, crap! If the murder happened around 11, then no, because the snow ended by then, so now, use this. There's a contradiction, is the weather report. There's a contradiction.
The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain? Why there's a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge, in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow.
The weather data. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Of course. This means that the weapon was thrown This means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Ah!
Why does she do that? Why does she boob cover?
Order, eh? Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Ah! It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever accurate? No. You've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Ah! Forecast, data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have been still snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh?
What? How did she pull that off?
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where's your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed?
Ah, balls, what? Let's look what we got. What? I don't know. Oh, it's taken that night. Okay, maybe this?
Your response, Miss Von Karma? It looks like it is still snowing in your heart, too. Shivering in the cold, you are closing your eyes to the truth. And to think you just arrived after a long, tiring flight from Germany. That was poetry. Pure poetry.
This evidence is only going to freeze my case solid.
Respond, Miles Edgeworth.
Even if it is snowing in my heart. At the time of the murder, it had already stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple.
Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay, so we're just stuck here. Alright, what's the evidence? I have no idea. That's the evidence? Oh, okay. Ultimately, it all comes down at one point. That being whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right, but proving that is
incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. There's no snow on her. As you can see, everything is covered with snow. With just one exception.
And that is
the victim herself, Miss Elise Donib. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why.
Yeah.
In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, Then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks.
Ah!
Then why is there 1 set of tracks? Why did Jesus take the wheel?
Order, eh? Just what are you... Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself. But this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. And the tracks left. It can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Couldn't it have been? I can't remember her name all of a sudden. The innocent lady. The innocent lady. Couldn't it have been she did that so she could get to the temple, and then she drove the snowmobile back, leaving Mai on her own?
Of course it was, because those tracks were gone.
Then when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There's only 1 key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used a snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. We should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple,
She never saw a snowmobile.
I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
What the hell? But that isn't possible. Yeah, what?
Order, Nicoit. What does this all mean?
So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks on this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile would cause so much trouble.
I think we've arrived at this point due to the witness. Yes, I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. Well then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness, who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think it's likely. It was cold enough to freeze our ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that.
Larry!
Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Yana, I actually have an idea. There may be not one individual able to help us.
But really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure if he saw it or not. But there are two things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. Oh!
And the second being?
This individual that I'm thinking of when wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is the idiot you're talking about?
Phoenix Wright, no. Larry Butts.
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Leduc's Guide to Obnoxious French Printing.
This is Larry Butts, the student of the victim, Elise Donham.
Your student? Interesting. Why was he wandering on the night of the murder?
That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris. But it may cost us his credibility as a witness, if I even call him. He is, after all, an artist.
Really?
He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is a reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw?
I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I?
I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It would not take long to summon him.
Very well then.
Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Every drop.
The court will now adjourn. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break, eh? Ms. Von Karma, please here to prepare the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. I'm going to play some hockey.
Well, to be continued. What is a Canadian version of kickball? Just kickball again?
I'm going to go play Canadian kickball.
Alright. Can I turn power off? February 9, 11:15 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 1. Okay, so this will be next time. So we got Larry coming up next on deck. I wonder how long he's casing it, because I assume there's just a lot to go here. I don't know. But for now, that right there is the game. I had fun of watching. That's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun, thanks for coming by, and see you next time.